So let us see the mathematical analysis of a full wave rectifier. So whenever using a full wave rectifier, at the output it is conducting for for all complete cycles, for positive half cycle, for negative half cycle, and so on. So this is due to the diode D1, D2, again D1, and so on, right? D1, D2, and so on. So what is the cycle here? 0 to pi, and this is 2 pi, 3 pi, and so on. So in the half wave rectifier, we have seen what is the efficiency. What is the efficiency of the half wave rectifier? We got it as how much? 40.6. Efficiency of half wave rectifier we got at 40.6, and the ripple factor we got it as 1.21. So ripple factor we got it as 1.21. So here what is happening? Due to the less efficiency and greater ripple factor, the half wave rectifier is of no use. So we have to move it to the full wave rectifier. Now in yesterday's class we have seen the design of a full wave rectifier, how it is working we have seen, but whether my design is up to mark or not, whether I am getting an efficiency more than this and ripple factor less than 1. For this again I need to go for mathematical analysis. So first let us find what is the DC value of current. First let me calculate what is the DC value of current. It is better if you write along with me. After I do the thing, you can write it is better, because once you practice it, whenever you write, you will get practice. Okay, you write in if you want to write in rough note, no problem. Anyhow, I'll send the PDF notes. So if you once you practice out along with me, then you can easily, it goes into your brain very easily. Now we have to find the DC value. So IDC or DC, or we can call it as an average value. We can call it as an average value. So what is IDC? IDC is equal to, now you can see that if I want to calculate for one complete cycle, if I want to calculate for one complete cycle, what is the definition of DC or average value? It is the average calculated for one complete cycle, right? So this is a one complete cycle, 0 to 2 pi, right? But 0 to pi, the wave is same. From pi to 2 pi also, the wave is same. Both are same. So why to calculate for one complete cycle? It is enough if I calculate for a cycle between 0 to pi, because I will get the same value. Because average, if I take these two, again I have to divide it by 2. So I will get back 1. If I take this one, I will get the average. If you take 3, divide it by 3. So it's why to take 2? Only for this cycle 0 to pi, if I take, it is enough. So I can write it as 1 by, what is the period of calculation? Pi. Integral. What is my integral period? From 0 to 2 pi. That is 0 to pi. What is the value? You are finding the value of DC value of a current. So what is the current general equation? I naught sine omega t into d omega t. I naught sine omega t into d omega t. Now integrate it. So this is equal to, I naught is constant, so take it outside. I naught by pi, 0 to pi, integration of sine. What is the integration of sine? Cos omega t minus cos omega t, or simply in the next step let us write. So simply write sine omega t into d of omega t. I naught by pi. Now integrated, sine value is what? Cos omega t within the limits of what? Pi and 0. Within the limits of pi and 0. So I naught by pi, integration of sine omega t is what? cos omega t minus cos omega t. So within the limits 0 to pi. Now apply the limits. If I apply the limits, so I naught by pi, then into, it is generally upper limit minus lower limit, but here what is the sign of cos? Minus. So I will take it as lower limit minus upper limit. So what is the lower limit? Cos 0 minus cos pi. Cos pi. Right? Cos 0 minus cos pi. Now, I naught by pi into, what is cos 0? Cos 0 value is what? 1. Then minus, what is the value of cos pi? Cos 180. Cos pi is what? Minus 1. So if I am writing cos n pi, if I am writing as cos n pi, for any odd values of n, that is either you take n value 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, by any odd values of n, cos value will be what? Negative. Minus 1 for all odd values. For all odd values. For all even values, it will be 1. Right? So minus 1. So I dc is equal to I naught by pi, minus of minus plus 1 plus 1 is what? 2. So I dc is equal to 2 I naught by pi. I dc is equal to what? 2 I naught by pi. So remember this value IDC, because we need to calculate DC power and AC power. So to find DC power, we require DC current. To find AC power, we require AC current. So followed here. Yes or no? Please reply in the message chat box. Up to here, did you follow? Okay. Right. So now, if you want to take the screenshot, take the screenshot for practicing. If you have already written, no problem. Okay. A screenshot. Only remember this value IDC is equal to 2 I naught by pi. Somewhere I will write IDC is equal to 2 I naught by pi. Because again I have to recall that formula. Next, so my DC current is finished. Now I have to go for AC current, which is called as RMS value of the current. RMS value of the current. So to find, why we are finding the RMS value of current? To find the AC power. To find the AC power, we require RMS current. So IRMS. So now RMS current you need to find for one complete cycle from 0 to 2 pi. That is 0 pi 2 pi. So there will be a little bit of variation in the RMS current. So you need to find for one complete cycle. So what does the RMS value represents? RMS means root of mean of square of the value. That means you need to square the current value, then find the mean, then over. So 1 by complete cycle. That is why I am writing my period of calculation is 0 to pi, 2 pi minus 0. That is what is the maximum value? 0 to, that is 2 pi. Integral. First is 0 to 2 pi. I have to take for one complete cycle. Then I naught square sine square omega t into d omega. Everything you should put under root. Everything you should put under root. So this is a current value, you are squaring it. Then you are taking the, calculating the mean, average. Then from average, you are applying the root. So that is called as the root of mean square value. Now, this one, what I will do is I will split the intervals. I will split the intervals. Now, what is the interval? 0 to pi. First, I will calculate for this part. 0 to pi, I naught square sine square omega t plus or into d omega t plus, what is the next interval? Pi to 2 pi. Pi to 2 pi, same. I naught square sine square omega t into d omega t. So simply I am separating the limit of calculation intervals. From 0 to pi I am doing, again from pi to 2 pi I am doing, is equal to I naught square which is there, that is common in both the cases. So take here I naught square by 2 pi, then 0 to pi sine square omega t. Sine square omega t in the last derivation. In the last derivation of what is half wave rectifier, I have shown that sine square omega t can be written as what? 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. Why? Because there is a formula in the trigonometry, that is 2 sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. 2 sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. So sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So represent in the same way, 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 into d omega t plus integral pi to 2 pi 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 into d omega t within the roots. Within the roots. So apply this formula 2 sine square theta 1 minus cos 2 theta. So instead of theta we have omega t. We have omega t. So here next, okay, it is visible, right? I naught square by 2 pi. So now in both the case, what is common? 2 and 2. So I will write it as 4. I am taking 2 common out. I am taking 2 common out. 4. At the same time, I will integrate this. At the same time, I will integrate this. Integration of 1 is what? Omega t with respect to omega t minus integration of cos is what? Sine omega t within the limits pi to 0 plus again integration of 1 omega t minus cos sine 2 omega t. Sorry, this is 2 omega t by 2. Again you have to differentiate this one. Within the limits 2 pi comma 2 pi to pi, then you have 1 by 2. Then you have 1 by 2. So I am taking this 2 outside, so that will become 4. 2 into 2 4. at the same time, I am integrating 1 with respect to d omega t. So I will get omega t different integrate cos 2 omega t. Integration of cos is sine 2 omega t. Again, you have to differentiate this one. Differentiation of 2 omega t is what? 2 divided by 2. Similarly, it is the case. Integration of 1 is omega t minus sine 2 omega 2 by. Now substitute the limits. I naught square by 4 pi. I naught square by 4 pi. So in the omega t, I will write upper limit minus lower limit. That is pi minus 0. Then minus sine 2 omega t. Sine 2 omega t, you have a formula that sine n pi is equal to 0 for all values of n. If I write sine n pi for all values of sine n pi, so here I will write, just a minute. Sine n pi is equal to 0 for all values of n. So sine n pi, if you take for all values of n, right from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to infinity, for any value of n, sine value will become 0. So here sine 2 omega t is there. So what happens? This will become 0. So I will write 0 here. Plus omega t is there. So omega t means what? Again 2 pi minus pi. 2 pi minus pi. Again minus. Again what is there? Sine 2 pi. Again sine n pi. N pi value is what? 0. Plus pi minus pi get cancelled. This is. So this complete is under root 1 by 2. So IRMS is equal to I naught square by 4 pi. Remaining is 2 pi under root. Pi cancel, 2 cancel. So IRMS is equal to what? I naught square by 2 under root. That can be written as I naught by root. So that you will get it as I naught by root 2. So followed? Yes, reply. Did you understand the derivation? Okay, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. So I got RMS value as IRMS is equal to I naught by root 2. So these two values are important for my derivation of efficiency. Next we have to find AC power. Next we have to find AC power. So how to find AC power? Same formula which you used for half wave rectifier. I, since it is AC, I square RMS into, since it is AC is present both at the input as well as the output. So R, output resistance plus forward resistance of the diode, plus forward resistance or dynamic resistance of the diode. PAC is equal to I square RMS into R plus RF. So PAC is equal to, what is IRMS? I naught by root 2, substitute here. I naught by root 2 whole square into R plus RF. So PAC is equal to I naught square by 2 into R plus RF. So this is AC power. So that is my AC power. So PAC is equal to what? I naught square by 2 into R plus RF. So I found what is an AC power. Now let me find what is the DC power. Let me find what is a DC power. So formula for DC, power DC is equal to what? Now I square DC, because for DC power I require DC current, into, where is the DC present? Either at the input or output. Input I am giving AC current, at the output you are having DC. So what is the load resistance or output resistance? R. I square DC into R. So PDC is equal to, what is IDC value? 2I naught by pi whole square into R. So PDC is equal to 4I naught square by pi square into R. PDC is equal to what? 4 I naught square by pi square. Square this value into R. So once I got AC power, DC power, then what I need to calculate? I need to calculate efficiency. I need to calculate efficiency, that is neta. I need to calculate what is called as the efficiency, that is neta. So what is neta is equal to DC power, output power. What is output? DC by input power. What is the input I am giving? AC into 100%. So neta is equal to, what is PDC? 4I naught square by pi square divided by, what is PAC? Into R divided by I naught square by 2 into RF plus R into 100. So substitute, yes, substitute the DC power value, AC power value. Once you substitute DC power value, AC power value, you will get it. I naught square will get cancelled. When 2 goes into the numerator, 2 into 4 is 8 by pi square, 8 by pi square into, you bring this R down. So R by R is 1, RF by R, I can write it as RF by R into 100. Into 100. Then substitute the value of pi. Pi value is what? 3.14 or 22 by 7. Substitute the value of pi, square it, multiply by 100. Then I will get it as 81.2 by 1 plus RF by R into 100%. Followed? So substitute the value of pi, square it, get the value, calculate into 100. I will get 81.2 by 1 plus RF by R. If RF is very less than R, neta is equal to 81.2%. Neta is equal to 81.2%. So neta is equal to what? 81.2%. So what is the efficiency of a full wave rectifier? Now I'll write here. Half wave rectifier efficiency is 40.6%. Full wave rectifier efficiency is 81.2%. That means I am getting the double of the efficiency of the half wave rectifier. Why I am getting double? Because in half wave rectifier, when I am giving one full cycle, output is conducted only for positive cycle, only 50% of the cycle. Now it is conducting for both positive and negative. That is the reason the efficiency got doubled. Now it is reaching the efficiency of 81.2%. So comparatively, it is very good rectifier compared to half wave because almost it is reaching 100%, right? So up to here followed efficiency, fast, only 7 minutes are there. Reply in chat. Did you follow up to efficiency? Okay. Okay, Nivedita, no response. Okay, right. So this is a finding of efficiency. So this also take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. So because why I am asking you to take a screenshot is that try to practice it. Anyhow, I will give the PDF notes, but try to practice it day to day. So take a screenshot of this. Then next one, let us calculate ripple factor. Ripple factor. So ripple factor, I will write it as just a ripple factor. So we have seen yesterday what we got the formula, root of I square DC by I square RMS minus 1. In half wave rectifier, we have seen the derivation. So ripple factor, I got it as root of I square DC by I square RMS minus 1. Substitute the value. I square DC, square it, 4 I naught square by pi square divided by I square RMS, I naught square by 2 minus 1, I naught square gets cancelled. Just a minute. Just a minute. So it is reverse, sorry. It is I square RMS by I square DC minus 1. So what do I get? I square RMS. I naught square by 2 divided by 4 I naught square by pi square minus 1. Then I naught square will get cancelled. Then pi square will go upside by 4 into 2 is 8 minus 1. So if I calculate, put the value of pi 3.1 per square rate. If I calculate this value, I will get 0.48. So my ripple factor for a full wave rectifier is how much? 0.48. So I will write here full wave. So this is half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier. This is efficiency, ripple factor is 1.21, 0.48. That means I am getting the ripple factor less than 1. So hence a full wave rectifier is widely used, not widely used, it is used in place of half wave rectifier. Followed and peak inverse voltage. One more is there, peak inverse voltage. Since 2 diodes are there, 2 into E naught. For one diode it is E naught, 2 diodes are there, E naught plus E naught, that is 2 E naught. So here, okay. So I hope everyone has understood. Okay, did everyone understood? Only 3 minutes are there. I'll share the link for attendance. Joshna. Yes, did everyone understand? Okay, I am sharing the attendance link. So please give the attendance fast. I request everyone to give attendance. Yesterday 28 members attended, but only 25 gave. So those who don't give, it is marked as absent. So I have shared the link in the chat. I have shared the link in the chat. Yeah. I am sharing the link in the chat. So I have already the timetable has been given to you. So from today onwards, same timetable will be followed. Same timings will be followed. Your electronic class will be there at exactly 12:30. Okay, 12:30. Okay, I request everyone to please practice this derivation because it is compulsory in the examination. If you derivation is such a kind of thing, if you practice, then only you can understand, then only you can do it. Because I myself saying on the board, after you listen, you put it back somewhere, then it is of no use. So, okay, then today let me take break. So tomorrow we'll meet at the same time.